And we are live. All right.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dice Droppers, where a group of friends sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons while attempting to not allow their dice to fall on the floor. I'm your Dungeon Master, Lawson. Here with me, we have Oscar, Luke, Chris Ward, and Chris Fabioli. And yes, mayonnaise is an instrument. I see that in the chat right now. Last we left off, Salithol, will you describe what happened at the last session for us?
Sure. So we got to the city of Zatara, and we were dragging along the egg. We did a little bit of light shopping, but after that, there was a big shadow that we all correctly assumed was a dragon, even though Lawson said neither confirm nor deny that it was a dragon and tried to heavily lead us in the opposite direction, but it was a dragon. Dragon kind of fucked up the city, like, real bad. But in the midst of it, we were betrayed by Salazar. We saved the king's life. We did not manage to save Crod's life. It's quite sad. But we brought everyone to the temple, started to heal up a little bit, but some of us went out and met a strapping young artificer named Vash. And she started hanging along. But afterwards, we all got back. We've settled down the city, made sure everything was okay. But during the night, we had this terrible, not necessarily terrible dream, but it was a dream where we were all sitting at a base of a mountain. We were looking up, and it was terribly cold. Snow was falling everywhere. We had a big shadow of another dragon. I'm thinking it's becoming a theme. And we all woke up in the morning, walked outside, and there was the king, who had a letter in his hand that had a symbol of a white bear on it. And he said that the awakening had begun.
So, the group Moonslivers continue and make your way outside towards the king, a slight breeze approaches as it is morning, and it's a little cloudy out. The sun isn't fully awakened and piercing through the sky. It's more of an overcast of clouds. There's a slight breeze and chill that kind of fills all of you as you approach King Julius, who's currently holding the letter in hand, telling you that the awakening has begun.
So what's that?
Are you kidding me? The awakening has begun? That's probably the worst thing that could have been happening right now.
Yes, I know. Not something that I'm thoroughly happy about or anything. Luckily, we've made contingencies for this, and he gestures over, and one of his guards comes by and goes, assemble all the ravens right now. We need to reach out to the lustrum, and we need to set a meeting immediately. Please send the ravens out right now. You see as one of the soldiers nods his head and begins running toward inside, beginning to move his way up the staircase to kind of go upstairs to send some ravens.
So can you clue the rest of this in, or is this just a Dirtara denizen's nightmare?
The awakening is something that hasn't happened in 2 centuries. Long ago, when the continent was founded, dragons ruled this continent. With their magic and fierce powers, they were unstoppable. And civilization, as we know it in many different races, spread their allegiance to the different dragons. Red, blue, white, green, and black. All 5 of the chromatic dragons all had armies of different races: dwarves, elves, humans, gnomes, hell, even tieflings in some matters. But the war is to assume who is the new alpha. Anslan was currently the alpha and kept the peace for over 200 years, and since he is now passed to the great beyond, we don't know who that alpha is going to be. But unfortunately, we do know that there is another dragon at play, which is Balagos, which all of you saw yesterday.
The big
Now,
red one.
Yeah, the big red one. Now, I'm a little shocked about this, but look, I need to make preparations and assemble the garrisons and mercenaries here, and we don't have many guilds here anymore, and hell, half of them I don't even think are still alive at this point. But the awakening is essentially the beginning of who's going to be the next alpha.
So
I know. I'm sorry.
So it's a slugging match.
Well, I'm not exactly sure. It depends on kind of what happens. If there's an alpha that's made known, which up north can't be good, then we know that there are going to be other dragons at this point. My advice is that we need to assemble our garrisons. We need to make sure that we assemble our troops and quickly and stay out in front of this and start ensuring our allies will come to our aid and fight off these terrible beasts.
So you're sending messages to each of the other members of the Lustrum. Vasiria, Tralek, Norgol, and Zimmeril?
Yes, and Polarx.
Simple.
Polarx,
Yeah.
Norgal, Tralek, Vasiria, and Dotara being 5.
Well, then what does that mean for the rest of us, then?
Well, look, I'm not asking you guys to do anything, and to be honest with you, I think this might be a little more than your group can handle. No offense. Plus, I really don't know you guys as well, and although I appreciate the willingness to help these past few days, there's a lot that comes with this, and I really need to ensure that the safety and security of Dotara is kind of my first priority. However, you 6 have shown heroism beyond measure that I can think of in my recent years of being king. And my appreciation is twofold. One, you are, in my opinion, few champions of this realm, and I hope that our paths will cross again soon, but it's entirely up to you and your group. Although I am king of Dotara, I cannot make the decision for you. The second portion of this is I can offer you a choice. You can stay here, you can help us rebuild the city and help in any other ways you can. I know that neighboring towns might, and I know especially out east that there might be a town that's currently looking for some aid right now, as they're currently being raided in other means. But I think the best thing that you guys might be able to do, if anything, which it seems that some of you, and he kind of looks over at Eva and can tell that Eva's kind of still like distraught to some degree, and
Absolutely, I'm very like shaking and freaking out a little bit.
My
right now.
advice would be to provide me with information while you look to avenge your comrades and guild members that have perished due to Salazar and this fire mage.
Well, then, if you have no further need of us, we'll reminisce amongst ourselves. If there's specific information you require and we come across it on our way, I'm sure that we'll have a means to send it through. In any other case, we wish you the best of luck in defending Dirtara and rebuilding the city.
Of course. Please know that you'll always be welcome here. And although I wish I could help and help you with your so-called adventure or vengeance mission, I want you all to know that you always have a place to stay here, and in honor and recognition of what you guys done, we'd be more than happy to take a guild base and build it and have it be your own. If you do agree that to send us some information during your travels of what you find.
Everything will be taken under consideration. Thank you, King Julius.
Of course. The servants have begun to pack your things. Hope you understand, as the security of and the safety of this palace is one of my other priorities. We can put you up for lodging somewhere, or I know one of you, and I believe Morge is her name, has actually already headed down into town to grab supplies in a cart. So I'm assuming you guys are already headed out or getting ready to leave.
We're making preparations in the off chance we get something to guide our direction a little bit more urgently than what we currently do.
Okay. And the soldier that had run upstairs to send the ravens is now returning and heading back his way. He turns, and Jansak's thinking goes, "Yes, Max, I need you to take these individuals and find them a place within the first level somewhere. I know that there are a few houses that currently aren't being used right now, and at least they have some kind of place to call their own in the meantime, and that's the least we can do for these fine young heroes of ours." And Max nods and he says, "Yes, Your Majesty, I'm more than happy to do that. Come and follow me." And begins kind of making his way down to the second area.
Make an elegant bow, and then follow.
Do we have all of our stuff?
The servants brought it to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, all of you have all of your belongings with you, and the servants had brought it out. There, you can get a sense from a lot, especially walking through the different hallways and making your way. There is definitely a lot of tension that's currently in this, palace. You haven't seen the queen or her children. There's a lot more soldiers, royal guards posted up in various hallways, just ensuring that there's more safety precautions than have been before. So, what does your group do?
Well, I think we should
I
probably
would
talk
like
this over, right?
Yeah. I think it'd be a good idea to have a conversation in an area that does not have very many prying ears. Is Max still leading us, or have we been dropped out onto the first level?
Yeah, so we'll just say for the sake of time, you guys are making your way down to the first level. He's far enough ahead of you that you feel that he wouldn't really be able to listen if you kind of talk quieter. As it is morning, but there's like a ton of work that's going on. You hear the sounds of people, hammers on nails, rebuilding houses. You hear shouts of people like moving along, oh, look out. And there's a lot of almost construction conversation and loud yelling and screaming from builders all across the city. So, if you guys are in close proximity making your way down to the first level, that you're pretty confident that with nobody around you as you're going down the stairs and Max leading you, no one would be able to really hear what you're saying.
So we have some options ahead of us. There is, well, first and foremost, I'd like to take a swipe at the little gnome bastard. Do we have any idea on where he went?
If I knew, I would already be there. But regardless, I think it is best for us to leave town as we know that he is not here. I think that if either of anyone here has still things that they need to do in town before we leave, I say we get those done as fast as possible and then get out of here. I don't think that this is a safe town anymore.
Did we get a chance to talk to... I'm sorry to cut you off there.
Go ahead, Sam. That's fine.
Have we gotten in touch with anybody else from the Silver Falcons? I know that the guild was wiped out, but it was a major guild. We don't know if there weren't some survivors. Have we seen Dorn around?
I kind of look down for a moment and make a fist with my hand, and and then I look back up and I'm like, Dorn is dead. Salazar killed him. Just one more reason why we need to find him.
Really awful day. It's a damper. My teeth grit. Well, in any case, more just getting the cart ready. There's nothing left I have to do in the city. I'm ready to take a hike. We can go look for Salazar. We can go get some boots. We can see what's going on in Blackrock, or we could, help out the little guy in the cities, in the village to the east of Dertara, if we want to be particularly altruistic and distracted.
At this point, I think any way we can get moving is good enough for me. Like you said, Salazar ain't here, so any direction's got to be close to where we are now. I have a little bit of business. I just don't like loose ends. I've got that package to deliver. I could drop that off on the way out. But other than that, I'm good to go.
Interesting. Where are you dropping off a package to?
I've got one for the Green Hornets. Let's go into I believe what was her name? I think it was definitely not going through player notes here. It was at the Green Hornets headquarters.
Aurelia.
Oh, it just came to me. Aurelia. That's right. Got a package to deliver to the Green Hornets hideout. It's a little one. It shouldn't take too long. I can just carry it.
Well,
if anyone wants to come with.
Based on my guess of the inane naming scheme of this city, Green Hornets is a guild, yes?
Indeed they are. One of the big ones around here. Yeah.
In any case, they might have some note of who Salazar really was, where he might have gone, any rumors, any loose lips. Shady folk tend to have connections, and I'm good with connections, so if I come by, I might be able to If you take the high road, I take low road, we might be able to find out some information on where our slippery friend went.
That's a fine idea. The Green Hornets are
I
probably...
think it would actually be all right.
What was that even?
I think it might be all right if we all go. I think it might be all right if we all go, but I don't know. I don't know how Laura feels or if she needs to do anything.
There's nothing really left for us to really do here in the city. The egg done. I'm pretty sure that's just the last thing we have to do.
All right, so it's settled.
I think we all go together. We're stronger in numbers.
Especially with these recent times. Doesn't make sense to split up.
Mm-hmm. Well, Eva, you know the best way around here before the city was destroyed. You can point us the way towards the Green Hornets, can't you?
Absolutely, I can.
Well then, follow.
I would know where that would be, right?
Yeah, roll a history check.
13.
It takes you a little bit longer than you would know. Reason being is just because, like, you know, you are a little bit still distraught with kind of everything that's been happening. It takes you guys a couple hours, and knowing the guild's like area, you end up passing it like 2 or 3 times before you realize, like, oh, there it is, and it's in this like very small, almost like these are 2 large, you know, kind of houses where common folk are, and there's in between both of them is just a small little doorway, a really large green door long green door that goes upward, but maybe probably about, I would say, like 10 feet in height at most, in between these 2 larger houses. So you do manage to get there.
All right.
Wow.
I'm gonna walk up to the door and give it a nice pound, pound, pound. Got a delivery for Aurelia of the Green Hornets. Open up. Anybody home?
Yeah, so you knock on the door. A few moments pass, and finally, you hear the doorknob kind of move, stop, and then standing on top of like what appears to be just like a flat roof. It's like maybe like 4 or 5 feet from where the door is. Standing above it is a small human gnome with long.
Wait.
Small.
Did you say
humanoid
human gnome?
Humanoid gnome.
Humanoid.
Sorry.
I was confused. I was like, is he a human or a
Male
gnome?
gnome. Small male gnome standing at the top of the roof. He has like long, kind of blonde, wavy, messy hair that kind of goes down towards the back. It is tied up, I would say, in the back in like almost like a nicer ponytail, and he's just got like really like what appears to be scruff, but it's like really poorly like half shaven beard almost. And he looks at you guys and goes, "What? What do you guys want?"
I've got a delivery for Aurelia. You mind if we come in? Chat a little bit.
No. Who the fuck are you?
Well, me? I'm Car's Sunborn of the Silver Falcon.
Shut the fuck up. I don't know you. Who are you? Who are you? And he points to every single person.
Well, I'm surprised that you missed the large parade that was thrown in our honor when we walked in here carrying a golden dragon egg. But, you know, granted that you might not have been able to see over the crowd, we're the Moon Slivers.
Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Because all I heard was, blah, 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 blah. I'm an egotistical elf. Fuck you. Hey, you. This pink hair person. What do you guys want?
Listen, I don't have time for your games right now, so you either let us in,
Well, I don't have time
or
for your
you're gonna
games
feel
right
my. I am gonna cast a firebolt at him, like right next to him, not at him, but like right next to him as a
All right,
warning.
go ahead. Roll an attack roll.
Eva has very little patience right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, roll an attack roll.
Phil very rarely has any patience.
That is
I
not
like
true.
Eva right now.
You like Eva right now.
Phil loves Eva right now.
All right, that's
Finally, Team Eva, right? Like, this
For
is the type of
once.
Eva that I can get on board with.
Yeah. Angry.
All right, so that's
rash decisions. Let's do it.
Man, I didn't.
Let's get reckless.
So what'd you roll, Luke?
Dirty 20.
Yeah. So shoots off, nails aside. And he's like, ah. Oh, you motherfucker. Okay. I'll play. And as he puts his hands up, his pants just drop down, just full on, not wearing anything. And he's like, let's go. Let's go right now. And he's actually going to cast Firebolt at you.
All right then.
That's a 16.
Yeah, that'll
And
hit.
not like at you, but like whizzing by your head. But I'm using the
Yeah.
AC to kind of be like, okay, yeah, he knows where he's aiming. So yeah, whizzes by your head. He goes, and when he shoots it, it shoots right from his penis. Just like, oh, you like my sting? I'm a green hornet, yo. What you do about it?
All right, fuck this guy. I'm gonna grab him.
second.
I'm gonna grab him by the front of the shirt and slam him up against the door.
He's standing on a roof.
He's on the roof.
he's on the roof.
So,
Oh, I thought
I
he
mean,
was on
like,
the door.
Yeah, no, he's standing on the roof. So you'd have to climb up there.
Okay. never
How
mind.
much? Wait. How big is the ledge? Like, how much like, big is the ledge that he's standing on? Because I know it's up 10 feet, but like, how
Okay.
big is it?
He's on top of a roof. There's no like ledge. It's just a flat roof,
Okay.
10 feet above from the ground. I would say it's like just a normal wooden roof. The door is just green. It's just standard wooden, small like building, green door. It says Green Hornets on the top of it. He's just standing above it right now.
Does there look to be a lock on the door?
You can make an investigation check on the door if you want.
I'd like to. Not one.
You look at the door, and it. Interesting enough, you don't see that it would be locked in any way. It just there's a doorknob. There's no lock or key. There's just a doorknob.
Okay. So, can I kill this guy, or would that be frowned upon?
Fuck you! You can't kill me.
Yeah, I'm kind of debating the matter, not in regards to you, just
And I have
everyone else.
okay. I'm gonna do something, and I honestly don't care right now. I'm gonna Misty Step up to the roof,
Okay.
and then can I kick him off the roof?
So you're doing Misty Step, right?
I was gonna Misty Step behind him and then kick him off the roof.
Okay. Go ahead. So you Misty Step up to the roof. As you turn, fuck did you do that?
For this, and then I'm gonna kick him off. I'm gonna kick him I'm gonna kick him like right in his chest.
Roll
and
an
kick him
attack
off.
roll.
Okay. Would I add it? What would I add for that?
Your strength modifier.
Strength modifier. That's it.
All right, then that's just a straight 17.
Yeah. So you go to go and kick him. I'll say for the sake of this, because he is a very dexterous gnome, the AC's higher in this situation. So like as you go
That's
to kick him because
stupid.
he's smaller,
You're stupid.
he's small. He's a small gnome.
His pants are
will-
down.
Right
His-
next to him.
Pants are down. Exactly. He should he's round his ankles. He can't move that fast.
Man, you guys are just on me tonight. No.
Exactly.
You go to kick the gnome, and literally like he like leans back as he does. He just like flops and slams down on top of the roof and like dodges your kick, but hits himself like on the top of it. He gets back up and he's like, "See, you can't do this." And he goes and he's going to try to punch you. You will definitely miss. He goes to punch you. His pants are still down, rolling a dex save. And as he does, he slips, he twists around and just slams down again. He's like, "God damn it, you asshole." As this happens, you hear a small voice, Eva, that what appears to be coming from the opposite end of where like it would be the entrance towards the back. There is a small ladder, an opening that you see a individual that comes up this what appears to be like a ladder, and she is a small forest gnome, has long straight auburn hair and black eyes, and very smooth like almost golden skin, and extremely long nails, and she's holding appears to be a staff. She walks up and she goes, "Vormop, what are you doing? Listen, these intruders were coming, and I don't like them, and they're assholes, and they were shooting shit at me.
Firing an arrow at him.
You're firing an arrow?
I'm firing an arrow at him. I'm sick of him talking.
He's currently laying down on top of the roof.
It doesn't matter.
After
It's a
flying.
3.
Yeah, go ahead. So all of a sudden, the arrow goes whizzing by from above. She goes, "Okay, I guess we are getting attacked right now, especially in this city. What is your name?"
Is she talking to me or you?
Yeah, you, Eva.
No, she's looking at me. My name is Eva, and right now I am getting really thin on patience right now.
Okay,
We're just trying to deliver a package right now.
Okay, you
I
can
don't
understand
give
that.
a crap about what you're about to say. We're just trying to deliver a package. This guy's giving a lot of problems right now. All we need to do is just give this to what's her name again?
Aurelia.
We're trying to give a package to Morelia, and I swear to
Aurelia.
God, if I get one more person who tries to test my patience today, you don't want to see what's about to happen. And this is all going to be for an intimidation check, by the way. If that's okay.
That's fine with me.
And that's going to be a dirty 20.
Yeah, she's definitely intimidated by this, and understands like, okay, like you're very frustrated and like you're on edge. She goes, "Vormop, please go inside." He's like, "Yeah," pulls his pants up, walks past her, starts walking down the ladder. Look, I'm Aurelia, okay? I appreciate the fact that you're here to deliver a package. I don't know who it's from, but look, I apologize sincerely for my guild member here. He been a long time since it took him a long time to get accepted to a guild. We're gnome exclusive, and we majority of us are druids, so obviously for us, turning into a bee or a hornet is where we got our name. Look, I don't mean you any disrespect or harm. However, being as someone, and she's going to roll an investigation check on you. Yeah, so she notices. Luke, what's your passive perception?
10.
Yeah, so she notices. As you're standing there, your cloak kind of moves, and she recognizes the Silver Falcon. She goes, "But I do know that as a guild member, you know that there's no fighting within this city, correct? Especially between guilds."
My guild has been destroyed
Well,
and wiped out.
I'm I'm sorry to hear that, but my guild isn't. And I think that you can show a little bit of compassion for me right now and understand that I just want to keep my guild members safe. Is that fair?
She takes kind of a deep breath and she's like, "That's fine. Can you meet a? Is there an easier way off the roof than teleporting?"
Yeah. Just here, follow me. And she like leads you to the front. She actually like kicks her foot down, and as she does, like on top of the roof that is once like almost square just kind of begins to shift and turn into stairs, and you begin to walk down those with ease, no problem. Yeah, it's a magical small little guild, base for us, but it's a lot larger on the inside. So um, only gnomes are able to enter into this base. So, and she sees the rest of you and goes, "Hello, everyone. I apologize for Vormop's behavior to you guys."
Hand her the box so we can get the fuck out of here. I don't want to talk to these people.
Right. All right,
All
lady.
right, well, we're off to a nice start.
All right.
We would have been off to a nice start if you could keep your guild member on a little bit better leash.
Yeah, just tell the
You
little print to
seem
keep his
much
little trick in his
more-
pants. Will be good.
Again, my deepest apologies on that.
All right. So, lady, sorry, don't mean to cut you short. We are on a time schedule. I've got a box for you. I don't know what's in it. It's from Arcatooth. Troth. Right. Arcatroth. It's a box for you.
Arcatooth.
Just take it so I can get my damn shoes, please.
She slowly takes a step back and says, no, I'm not going to accept that.
But why? I brought it to you.
No, I don't need to go into detail about this with you. I'm not going to take a package from Arcatroth.
Just take the package. Why not?
No, not doing it. I really appreciate you guys visiting, and good day. And she turns back around and
I
begins
grab
to
her.
Good luck.
Just buy her clothing. Not like grapple, but buy her clothing.
Excuse me, I would like to go back into my base.
Why don't you trust him?
I don't need to go into details about this. I have been nice and cordial with all of you, especially you, and looks right over
you
at
afraid of
wherever
him?
you even.
Are you afraid of him?
How could I not be? Do you not know that he massacred all the gnomes within the forest? Embers and ashes. Do you know why it's called that? The massacre and slaughter of forest gnomes. Of course, you five don't understand. The sheer
Would I know
audacity-
anything about this at all? Have I read anything about this?
completely new news to you about this. The sheer audacity of you five standing here before me, presenting me with a package from Arcatroth himself. You think that I'm a fool? I've been kind, I've been understanding, and I apologize again for my friend. But if you seriously think that I'm going to accept a package from Arcatroth himself, considering what he has done to my people, myself, and many of my family, you're surely mistaken. Now, good day to you five. Get the hell out of here.
I'm getting real tired of people giving us information saying, "How dare you not know?" when we just asked why.
Right. We're not the prisoner.
Seriously,
right?
yeah. Yeah, she's a prick.
All right, lady. Have a good fucking day.
I don't like her. I let go of her and I just walk away, really pissed off.
She walks towards the door, stops, turns back around and says, "Look, it's a sensitive topic for discussion for me. I apologize for my rudeness right now, but you can understand that, it was a little bit of a surprise to me. and you trying to force a package on me, and it's just not something that I want right now. If you do want to know about the things that had happened and you want more information about it, I suggest that you go to the library and ask one of the librarians if they can give you some information on it. There is a history about that, but needless to say, it's not something I like to talk about.
Well, I'm about ready to leave this city.
I'd say about the same. All right.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
where are we off to then?
Just out of curiosity, Eva, do you know how to identify magical objects?
I mean, it may take me a few minutes and I would have to sit down, but yes.
Well, I'm sure we can afford to sit for at least a couple of minutes. I'm sure we could all use some time to calm down. The package thing. You think you could inspect that? I'm just curious now. Like, what the hell could be in this thing? You know, given her reaction specifically. Like, what could Arco want to send her?
All right. It'll take about a minute, but I can do it.
All right.
All right. I'll cast. I'll take the package and I'll cast identify on it.
Okay. So you're casting Identify, correct?
Yes, and casting it as a ritual spell.
Okay. Give me one moment. Okay. So you cast it on the box. Now, how are you? Like, are you putting your hand on it? Like, I just want to kind of know how you are casting this ritual.
Well, like I said, I have to sit down, so I'm going to put it on the ground. I'll start making kind of markings on the ground, just with. I'm assuming I have some type of like charcoal or something to write with in my bag, and just kind of making markings on the ground, making a circle, and then using my wand to kind of sit down and kind of cast it, so that way I can figure out what's inside of it and everything.
You cast the spell, and there are no magical properties to this item whatsoever. There's no magic. You don't detect any magic. You don't detect any sort of spell. You don't detect any sort of curse. You don't detect anything that would make you feel that there would be anything magic related whatsoever in this.
Oh,
box.
my bad. Sorry, this spell says that I have to be touching it while it's happening.
Okay, so you're casting it while you're
touching it with just one of my hands while casting it with the other one.
Yeah, so you put your hand on top of the box, and you cast Identify on it. When you touch it and you cast the spell, there are no magical components to the box. There's nothing magical inside the box. But you get a brief flash of almost kind of like a past memory, and it's really quick. Okay, and he's gone. What did you hear last?
Yeah, you cut in and out a lot there.
You literally dropped the call. So
no magical items, no magical properties.
When you touch it though, you get almost kind of like a flash of like a memory. And as you cast a spell,
there was.
I didn't know what you said. I don't know what you said, Luke.
He might not be able to.
Can you guys hear Luke? No,
I can't
hear you.
God damn it!
Oh, you said, "God damn it."
Oh, yeah, I heard something.
Well, I heard that, but I think he's lagging.
Do we take 2?
Which is quite strange because we have the same internet.
Yeah, Chris, I'm sorry that happened with Aurelia. I was really hoping you'd get the boots, but I was thinking that you were just gonna be like, "Oh, it's a package for it's a gift or whatever." But like,
Well, how am I supposed to know that the dude massacred her whole civilization?
exactly though. But like, that's again, there is a reason for me bringing everything up. Always, you know that.
I freaking hate my Wi-Fi right now.
It's all good.
Sorry
Okay.
to make you
So-
repeat it a third time.
You get a flash of what appears to kind of almost be like a memory, and it's like almost like a playback in like a movie, in your mind. And basically, you get like a flash of what appears to be a little girl that has similar features to Aurelia, and it's almost like you're inside. It's like a first person perspective, and you just see like a few what appears to be like dead gnomes across like almost like a huge area that's just being scorched in flames. And as you look up, you see real quick Arkatroth that is standing there smiling above you, and it just stops. But there's no magical items in the box. But just for a brief moment, you get that like flash of like he was there with all that like chaos and everything.
I kind of like open my eyes and like step back for a second, and I go, and the spell ends, and I'm kind of heavily breathing.
You all right there?
She wasn't lying.
Did your spell
I
take
just
it
had
out?
a
Everybody have to be assholes.
I just had a vision that Arkatroth was there in the forest, and there were dead bodies everywhere, and he was smiling. I think that was from Aurelia's perspective. I wonder if he's trying to send her a threat.
Well, we should probably open it then, right? I mean, if it's not magic, it's not going to go like boom boom, right? No explodies in there?
It could be a physical explosion, but like the second we open it, it explodes. But
Again, just reminding you, there's no magical properties or magical items or anything magic related to the box. But when you touch it and you cast Identify, you get a real quick memory, and that's all it is.
okay. I think that I wouldn't open it, but if you're curious and brave enough, then be my guest.
I guess my question though.
And I kind of get up and then give it back to you.
Yeah, I think the thing I can't get past is just if he's sending her threats out here, it's not going to stop there, right? Obviously, he knows that she's still out there. He knows that he wants to send her some kind of message. Like there's more coming. If we can't open it, what can we do?
We can leave it well enough alone. I don't have to deal with it. Doesn't seem to concern us. Look at her. She's a captain of a guild. Sure, it's a weakened city, but she's sitting very well pretty in Durtara. Anything short of another dragon isn't going to be taking her out. I don't really mind. I don't really care too much about the PTSD episodes of Forest Gnome and an abuser all the way back in where does he live again? Just off the top of my head, I don't have it. He lives in
I think it was session 3 that we got to that city.
Kyrovex.
Kyrovex.
Roll a history check. I'm gonna have you guys start doing that. I'll help you. Almighty DM will help you.
My history check is an 8.
Kyrovex.
Kyrovex.
You don't know
But
where
yeah,
specifically in the city, but you do remember that is the city name.
Yeah. If he really wants to do something, he can come up and close his shop for a couple of weeks. The fact that he hasn't means that he's content playing games for now. As far as I care, that's where it can stay.
All right.
If she needs protection, she'll get it from her guild members. I'm not going to be sitting on bodyguard watch for someone who clearly doesn't care for me. I'm very ready to go out and slit the throat of a gnome.
All right. Just one moment. I just want to check something really quick, if that's all right. And I'm gonna pull out the contract that I had signed, because I remember he gave us a copy of it. What are the terms of my contract on there? If I read over it.
Yeah. So the terms of the contract are threefold. So one, that you will give the gift to Aurelia. 2, failure to give the gift to Aurelia will result in a favor for Arthur Troth. And 3, if there is an attempt to give the gift to Aurelia and she fails to take it, then the contract is void. So, like, if you did give it to her, like, if you attempted to give it to her and, like, left it, and she didn't open it, contract is void.
Oh, so
because you technically still, because she still
Okay.
has to open it, right? But if you didn't complete the mission and you didn't attempt it at all, then you owe him a favor. And if she doesn't open it, you get the boots. So that's kind of like the agreement.
All right. Well, sorry. Just give me 2 minutes, and we can go. We can leave the city. We can do whatever. And I'm gonna walk back up to the door of the Green Hornets and knock again.
Okay. You knock. Door opens, and there is a different gnome standing. In front of you. He's really short, dyed red mohawk with broad eyes, very gray skin, and a long nose. And he looks at you and goes,
Oh, well, I'm sure you
Where
heard
are
about
you?
this, pal. I'd like to just speak to Aurelia for just a moment. Friendly banter, friendly chat this time.
Well, she told me I can't let anybody in.
Well, I don't have to come in. She can just come to the door.
She said not to let anyone in.
Well, that's fine. I'm not
And-
trying to come in.
Well, okay, I'll go ask. You stay right here, okay?
I'll be right here. I can't fit in there anyway.
Okay. Okay.
and he shuts the door. A few moments pass. He comes back, opens her.
She said she's not coming out.
All right, buddy. I need to talk to Aurelia
Yeah.
for a second. And if she doesn't come out, I'm gonna take this box. I'm gonna throw it right in the door and leave myself. She comes up. and
Oh, I
talks to
mean,
me.
that could work too if you don't want to. If you don't want to talk to her, I mean, I'll take the box from you.
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
But I can. But she's right there. I can give it to her.
I don't want to force it on her. I just want to talk to her about the box.
This is entirely confusing. I mean, I can just give.
Wait, is she
I'm
right
right
over
there. I can take.
Aurelia.
And you yell, no response.
Listen, I'm very good about taking things to people. This is a very easy thing for me. You just gotta hand me the box, and I can walk it over to her.
I'm sure you can.
Okay.
Buddy. I'm sure you can take it just fine. But look, Aurelia, and I'm just like yell to her the conversation I want to have. I'm be like, look, Aurelia, I know we got off on the wrong foot. I know you don't want the box, but
Wait,
hear me out.
no, I'm right here. No,
No,
just-
not you.
Just give me the box. I can.
Not you.
Just let me walk it over. It'll take 2 seconds. I promise.
Aurelia. I
Finally,
know-
she comes to the door. She comes to the door. It's like, it's okay.
Well, I told him I'd bring the box over.
No, just Siege, don't do it.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to be nice. I mean, That's who I am. I'm a nice person. Yes, I know you are. Yes. What do you want?
Look, Aurelia, I'm gonna start from the top because I don't know what you caught, but I know you don't want the box. I don't want to force it on you. Obviously, this guy is Archer Troth is no good news. I don't know him. I'm not his friend. Let's make that clear. But if he's sending you boxes like this, I don't know what's going to come next. And I'll be frank with you. Things have been kind of shit in the world lately, and I don't want to add to that anymore. You don't have to open the box. But look, you're a guild leader. You have resources. If I leave the box somewhere, you can get it dealt with. You can figure out what's at the bottom of this. Because if I just take this and leave, I don't know what's going to happen to you next. You know?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
You really want those boots, don't you?
That's
You
a
really
19.
want those boots. So it takes her a little bit, and then you hear in the back, well, I mean, he makes a good point. I mean, you don't have to open the box, but it would technically be here. I mean, and then we can, like, cast spells on you. And I mean, I'm a really good spellcaster, too. She's like, look, leave the box inside the door. I'll shut it. And we'll kind of leave it at that. Okay?
After that, you can do with it what you will. I want you to have the opportunity to figure it out. And I'm just gonna set it down on the floor right in the doorway.
Okay. You set it in the doorway. As you kind of look up, you see that it is like the 15th floor of this extremely large, huge. I mean, I'm talking like hundreds of doors on each side, and there's different gnomes that are like floating in the air in different areas. It's almost kind of like it wraps around, and there's like almost a drop then center with what appears to be kind of like a pulley system and an elevator that it goes down, and it's just tons of different areas, and it's almost kind of like a hotel-ish type vibe of just hundreds of doors, and there's so many different types of gnomes of different races, of different skin tones and hair color, and all different kinds of sub-race types of gnomes that are just in there. And she goes, okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you be on your way. And your name, I don't think I got it.
Oh, my name? Cost Sunborn, Lieutenant of the Silver Falcons. That's me.
Oh. Karst, I'm
Sure,
sorry about you. I'm sorry about your guild. I will keeping a good thought for your guild.
I appreciate that.
And what remains, yeah.
Yeah, I know we didn't have a good start, but I hope that we'll find friends in the Green Hornets in time. So.
Well, we obviously hope so too.
All right. And I'm just gonna turn around and walk back toward the group.
Okay. The door shuts. A few moments pass, and as you're continuing to walk towards the group, all of a sudden you feel kind of like weird, and like your feet feel weird, and all of a sudden you look down and there are these nice boots that are new on you.
Oh. Click them together.
And were they boots of levitation, right?
I believe so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So you have now boots of levitation to your inventory.
All right. Well,
Because technically speaking, you did complete your mission.
technically speaking, see, Karst is smart.
You do need to attune to it.
Mm-hmm.
They are a slight green. It's more of like a darker green, but it's like an off shade of like almost kind of like a dark blackish green. But they appear like on your feet.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Sorry about the holdup. I just wanted to make sure we didn't have the unfinished business there. Anyway, someone. Where next?
I think if everyone's getting together, you can all start speaking about where we want to go to next. In the meantime, I'll gather a quick look around the less than desirable areas of the city, see if I hear anything about Salazar, or if they were also taken aback and taken off guard. Just any information I can get is more than we know right now.
Okay. So you're going to be going kind of like gaining some information while you guys, I'm assuming all of you are waiting for Morge with the cart and everything, right?
Can I head over to like a can I actually go with Sailtho? I'm actually Sailtho. I would actually quite like it if I went with you. I want to hear if there's any information about Salazar. I'd like to hear it.
I'm sorry, I just need to point out that you literally had to ask me if that was okay and then realize, oh wait, I'm a player. I can do whatever I want. And I guess I will just do that. And then literally saying that out loud and then saying, hey, Salazar, can I come with you? And then asking for permission again.
I dropped the dice.
Oh,
Yay.
Loser!
I think
You know
we just
what?
hit double
No, you don't get
digits.
to come.
are we at 10 now?
Yeah, we just hit double
You
digits.
were at 10. I was number 10. This is number 11, I think.
Big
Oh,
moment.
did we miss one?
Oh yeah, at the end of last session, you said you dropped your dice. I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
Make it
Yeah.
11.
We're at 11.
So it's just been me, Chris, and Oscar, or me, Fabs, and Oscar, right? I don't think, or no, you dropped one too, Lawson.
I think Lawson dropped
Yeah,
one.
I dropped my dice. I think like second session. I haven't
Yeah.
dropped it since.
I have not dropped a single one. And I roll like right on the edge of my table. I don't know how I haven't.
In due time, my friend. In due time.
In any case, Eva, I understand wanting to come along. You can come along, certainly. The only thing I would ask is that you either flip that jacket inside out or take off the pin. In underworld circles, the sight of approved guilds of the king generally don't fly very well.
How about I do you one better? Let's stop at a clothing store and I'll buy a completely new jacket. I mean, the Silver Falcons don't have much power or influence now.
If you want to. Sure. So, on our way, we'll stop by a clothing store and pick out a new jacket in whatever hue and shade Eva would like.
Rainbow!
Super inconspicuous. Great choice.
You get to the shop and there is a female human. You just see like a spindle.
I'm a female human.
You have so much to talk about.
So
much
many
in
room.
common.
So much room for activities.
It's just a local clothing shop for commoners. There's nothing too fancy inside. You walk in and she stands there in front of you and she's like, yes, can I help you?
Hello, I'm just looking for a long jacket, sort of like the one I'm wearing now.
Well, why don't you ask your guild to present you with another one? I know that's kind of dirty and everything. Why the need for a regular one?
Because a dragon attacked the city yesterday. Can we buy a coat?
Yes, okay. Again, like, not trying to be rude, I just don't know. Yes, so would you like a coat, sir?
Or let's make it darker.
Okay.
I'm currently wearing a long green one. I'll switch out for like a dark brown black one.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm gonna go with just just straight black as well. Actually,
Yeah.
Mine's actually a little bit lighter than Eva's. Actually, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you wish, again, you know, I'm not assuming anything, but if you do hand your current cloaks over, I actually reuse a lot of materials, and as you can see, and she's kind of looking at the shop, it's not super fancy. There's not anything like too spectacular. I do like to kind of have better materials to handle with. So,
All right. I will give her my jacket, but I will take the pin off before I give my jacket, and then I'll keep the pin in my inventory, but I'll give her the jacket.
Oh, much appreciated. So anyway, it's only going to be 5 gold pieces instead of 10 for the cloak. So that's the cost. And
Did you say 5 silver or 5
Gold.
5 gold pieces.
Okay. I'll hand her the 5 gold pieces and I'll
I
say,
take a lot of pride in my work, even though I'm not great at it.
how fast do you think you can get this done?
Give me 1 moment. And she like measures you, and she's like, okay. Pulls out a cloak already made, and then she's like, well, there might need to be a little bit of altercations, but let me see if this fits on you. And it's just like literally slightly bigger. And she goes, okay, give me just a few minutes, and I can alter this right now. And she goes to the back, and she literally just begins like cutting it and like really going very fast, a lot faster than you'd expect, and kind of looks back at it, throws it up over you. She goes, perfect. Yes, that'll fit nicely for you. And I already have a size for you. And she walks to the back, grabs a black cloak, hands it to you, and goes, here you go. See if this fits.
I'll throw it over and just see how it fits.
Yeah.
What's the name of the store again?
What's the name of the store?
Yeah.
Oh, it's literally like just a spindle, like or just like a thread on a what's the word?
Needle?
Thimble?
Yeah, thimble. Yeah, it's a thimble with thread on there, so thimbles and threads, we'll call it that.
Thimbles and threads.
Thank you very much. What was your name?
Yes. My name is Mcvelia. Mcvelia. Mick, M-I-C-K, V-E-L-I-A.
Okay. I missed the C. There we go. Well, I appreciate this. Thank you. My name is Eva.
Oh, well, thank you for coming to my shop, and let me know if you please come back again. I appreciate your business.
All right. I pay for the cloak. So thank you very much. Throw it over, tighten it up, and say, let's go. And I'm going to take a look around and note for any like sign of any thieves can't, like written on like sides of alleyways, shops, hidden in store signs, anything like that.
So I'm gonna say, for the sake of this, roll a perception check.
Oh, that fell from my hand. It would have been great, but that fell. 9.
It takes you about an hour, kind of looking around, listening, seeing if you hear anything. Everyone's really busy with building and rebuilding a lot of parts of the demolished city. You don't see anything out of the ordinary from symbols, and don't necessarily hear anything of thieves can't at all, unfortunately.
Well, when subterfuge fails, find a tavern.
I could
Are
use
you looking for a tavern?
Sure, just whichever one's closest.
Haven't we been to a tavern in this town, or am I thinking of?
I don't
Or am I
think
Well, Salafel has, but that's just an all elf top tavern.
more.
yeah.
I thought that was back in
I was here because we had Kra with us.
I thought
Was
that
that
was
back in
Eureka. I didn't think that was in Utara.
Yeah.
No, that was here because Kra was with us.
Oh yeah, he's right.
I thought Craw just went with
Oh, it was, yes. Okay. I'll go to the let's see. I have it written down somewhere. I'll go to the Acorn Bar.
Okay, so roll for me a history check. just in terms of like remembering like where it would be located?
20.
Awesome. Yeah, you definitely remember the directions and veering off. Eva's following you along the way. You do get to the entrance of the Acorn bar, the Acorn Tavern. Meanwhile, Karst and Aura, what are you guys doing?
Or what do you got to get up to? I can tag along.
I have nothing planned left in the city. Want to just talk?
Yeah, we could do that.
We don't really hang out very much.
That'd be nice. I'd like that. It'd be nice to get to know each other a little better. You want to find a spot?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. So we'll
It's
just
gonna be
walk
like
around.
that one. It's gonna be like that one episode of Family Guy where Stewie and Brian get locked in the safe.
Yeah, you guys actually begin to walk around, just kind of looking on, and as you're beginning to converse, there's like a lot of different buildings being restored. Townsfolk are, carrying different supplies. Other commoners are taking long pieces of wood, two of them holding it on each side, running through to get to different areas. And there's just a lot of construction that's currently going on right now.
Hey, so Aura, I've been meaning to ask you for a little while. I know Eva obviously was on Silver Falcon's business for a while. Sail wanted to get away from home. Me, I was just looking for something. But what brought you out to this lifestyle? Away from home.
Well, I'm really just out trying to make a name for myself. And I mean that in a literal sense. As my name is Aura.
Right, you're Aura.
I don't really have a last name. Yet, at least.
You don't have a last name.
And technically I do, but I have to actually go out and earn it.
Well, I mean, what do you want your last name to be? Do you have to earn it? Can you just make it up?
Well, it's an actual name. I just can't really use it.
You can't use it?
Kind of the problem. Yeah.
Interesting. Why can't you use it? It's your name, isn't it?
Yes, but I mean it's very it's just sort of a thing among my family. As only the truly worthy can really use the family's last name, because it comes with a position of power. And I have a lot of siblings.
Right. Yeah, I was an only kid. I can't relate to that, but I'm sure it can be hard to find your way with so many others around you.
Very much. I mean, our family has a really long history, as there are a lot of great members of our family name. But to be among them, you have to earn your place, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, you've worked with the king himself. You've got if I say so myself, a strapping group with you. I'm sure you'll make that name in no time, if you haven't already. But
I'm sure we will.
no, I want you to know whatever your last name ends up being, you're family to me. I know we haven't known each other that long at all, but we've been through some stuff together, and I don't see that going anywhere.
That's very kind of you. I consider you as family as well. As I've been in more life and death situations with you guys than my family.
Yeah, more than I
I'm
can.
gonna have both of you. roll a perception check now.
Okay.
Oh,
Something's
first
happening.
roll of the day. Let's
A
go.
blue dragon flies over the city.
We both died.
Oh God.
That's a 6.
Ooh, 19.
And what'd you roll, Karst?
6.
As you guys are conversing about this, Aura, you hear the name Salazar to the right of you. looking over towards the right, you see two men in an alleyway, dark cloaked. Don't make out kind of what race they are, but you hear the name Salazar. And they both have their hoods up and they're like dark cloaked, just kind of conversing.
First, that guy over there just said Salazar's name.
What? Guy, I'm gonna like look over the way she's looking in the alley.
Yep, you see the
Make
same.
it unobvious.
What do we do?
I don't know. We're not sneaky,
We are not sneaky, but
but I am. I had to transform into a rat.
Oh,
Gotta go
here
easy.
we
I was
go.
about to say, I was like, I swear to
Let's
God, if
go.
Oscar doesn't shapeshift right now, I was like gonna like be so mad, but I
What
really
a
didn't
missed
want a metagame.
opportunity.
I
What
really
missed
didn't want a
opportunity.
metagame. I really didn't want a table talk.
So, you immediately turn into a rat. Kars is looking at you, and you begin to scurry off. There isn't a ton of people around, so you don't have to worry about people trying to step on you, but you slowly make your way. I'm going to have you roll a stealth check with advantage, because you are a rat, and it's a dark alleyway.
What are rat stats? That's what to find out.
Makes a squeak, gets blown up.
Just go ahead and roll, and just
Actually,
add just
Well,
add
that has a
it'd
plus
probably be a
0 to
higher
death.
modifier.
Yeah, I know. It's actually +0. Mine is just +1.
It's a low DC for this, so
Alright.
it's more like
Advantage, though. Yeah.
don't mess the roll up. That's all I have to say.
Wow, they're both 10s.
That'll do it. So yeah, I mean you're a rat. It's a dark alleyway. It's in a very lower, poorer type of area in the city. There are rats around. People are used to them at this point. It's not something that they're like surprised with.
I'm gonna put my face in some garbage to blend in.
Yeah, I mean the alleyway's got like a couple barrels that has some old food. There's some stuff that's on the ground, mucky, dirty area. You get close enough to begin to hear part of their conversation, which had been continued. And these two men, what you learn are talking about is that they say, yeah, and apparently Salazar, he's with the Silver Falcons, and like he betrayed the king, and I guess the Silver Falcons, didn't know he was an enemy, and it's just so surprising to me. Yeah, I know. Like, I'll never forget. Like, he was so nice when he came through our town, and like, I kind of felt bad. He had that stupid leader who just honestly was like, didn't even know his own freaking guild name. Oh my god, that dumbass Dorn, freaking like, God, he could not stand freaking anything. Oh, I know, right, man? Like, it's just crazy to me that the freaking red dragon comes out of nowhere. Well, it isn't that crazy because look, from what I heard from my buddy over that came back from Blackrock, who's in the mines for a long time. Apparently, they had been scheming about this for a long time because the Red Dragon army infiltrated Blackrock, destroyed it all, and the few survivors that left early enough in time were actually already on the trade route, but had heard about all this like Red Army and armored individuals that were making their way through, but they overthrew Blackrock. No way. So I'm thinking that Salazar was trying to get them to overtake Datar, and I guess it failed. Yeah, I know, and I think like I don't know if you saw it, but then like Golden Armor did. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, the Battlemaster, he's dope. Oh, dude, I know, man. Like, I wish I could like freaking like swing his sword like that. He was just so cool and like awesome. And you realize as he's kind of like doing the maneuvers, like he's just this bigger, larger dad bod. Kind of a little bit bigger. You can lose some weight. He's just kind of throwing it around like, oh yeah, like he slashed his sword down. Ugh. It was just super cool. Oh, I know, but man, it's just so strange. Like a lot of the guilds are gone. The Silver Falcons are gone. The Golden Dragons are gone. I mean, the only ones that really remain are probably the Black Dragons. And I know Mal is the guild leader, and he is nowhere to be found right now. Yeah, the last I heard is that he was actually headed out. He was actually headed down south. Apparently over by the
I think it's like Port Turtle. Is that right? Oh, there's like 4 different freaking stupid ass ports over there. It's like Port freaking Dolphin or whatever. I don't even know. Like, but I guess like he was headed there like to gain, I guess, like more military, like allies. I guess I don't know, but I know he was recruiting because he came through actually our area and was asking for different mercenaries. So hopefully we'll be able to at least get some other people and everything. Yeah, I know, right? Well. Anyway, we should probably get back inside and continue baking. And as they say that, the door opens up. This like large, huge, disgusting, almost in just like literally wearing just a white, whatchamacallit, apron. Hairy guy, long black beard. Hey, you two, get back to work. Yep. Sorry, boss. No problem. And they hurry back inside.
Well, that was something. I'm gonna scurry back.
Yeah, you scurry back. Meanwhile, back at the Acorn Tavern, you have Eva and Salithol that are currently standing before the door. What do you guys do?
So, Eva, they're not going to let anyone other than elves in this bar, but if you stand around the back, hopefully I'll be close enough to the window so that you can listen in on the conversation. I can't guarantee you'll hear everything, but I'll come back out and I'll tell you exactly what I heard in there as well. Is that all right?
See, I wish I could do something, but I can't because the spell isn't prepared. So I can't do disguise self. So I will just say, all right, that sounds fine. And then I'll just kind of walk around back to where it was pointing out.
I'm gonna.
I have the spell, I just don't have it prepared, and I'm upset about it.
I'll walk in, and as I look around, I'm gonna see how many people are in the bar and if Yenid is available currently.
There's only one other patron in the bar. He is short, blonde, spiky hair. Currently, he is sitting in his chair, kind of just hunched over with his hand almost kind of leaning down. And on the table, there's a map of the continent. And currently is just kind of pondering it, looking at it. Cloaked in green attire, you know that you can recognize him immediately as like a forest elf for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know necessarily in terms of like where he would be from, but you do recognize him as definitely a forest elf. Just because like there's different vines and like obviously that he has to kind of like, which is more like almost kind of like light armor on him, but more of a camo type deal. As you enter, Yenid, yes, is that's Salithol, I believe, right?
That's correct, Yenid. Have you a moment to chat?
Absolutely. I know that it's probably about what happened yesterday, I'm assuming, right?
Along those lines, and I'm going to sidle in as close to the corner where I think Eva is going to be on the other side. And I know
Has
Yenid,
Eva entered yet? Has Eva entered yet?
She's not going to enter. She's going to be on the outside of the tavern, and I'm going to I'm going to be speaking conversationally so that she can hear, hopefully, what Yenid and I are going to say. Because I'm hoping to bring Yenid over to my table. I know he has like a bar in the center.
Yeah, there's the windows are open. They're like just kind of one of those like wooden windows that kind of panels that close and bend easily. They're both open. Door is already wide open. So if someone was outside, yeah, they could definitely hear you. And we'll just say for the sake of this, like you take a table that's like right by the window, just so Eva can hear.
How much have you heard about what comes through? About how much news have you heard come through the bar?
Well,
That depends, Saylathal.
I'll drop 10 gold on the bar and take one of my daggers and like spread it out, and then lay the tip of my dagger on the second gold coin and slide it so that there's the group of 8 and the group of 2, and I'm sliding the 2 so they're closer together.
So you'll take a drink then, right?
Absolutely.
And remember,
Make
he's blind. So again, Yenid, white hair, has blind sight. Takes the 2 gold pieces.
I forgot he was blind.
Mhm.
Takes the 2 gold pieces. Walks back around the bar, comes back with a drink, hands you the drink, gives you back 1 gold piece, and goes. So, what would you like to know?
We were up at the castle. We were given a fine dinner. During the dinner, we were eating with members of the upper echelon of the Silver Falcons Guild.
Oh, yes. I think there was a member actually a part of that group, if I do recall. But been a while. Continue.
During dinner, one of the members, Salazar, betrayed the rest. Shoved a dagger
Interesting.
into the forearm of the king, and attempted to run away with him, as the rest of us were assumably meant to be slaughtered. Now, I didn't like this very much, and I did my very best to stop and kill him, but unfortunately, I didn't get the pleasure before he left. We were hoping to see if he knew anything about him or any direction he might be going.
Interesting. So you're currently looking for Salazar the Gnome, member of the Silver Falcons?
That is correct.
I don't know much, to be honest with you. I apologize. I don't know much in terms of like this particular person, but there is currently a lot of conversation going on. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but currently the cause is beginning to make its move. And right now they're looking in terms of where they're going to begin their descent. They're actually looking at possibly headed towards the small village outside of Mount Fang, which is interesting enough because a lot of the members that are headed over there, well, a lot of the elves per se, are going there for the cause. There's a lot of different trees. There's almost like there's 2 forests on each side, and like heavily, populated and dense pine trees that probably go up to about 15, 30 feet high, some even more. It'll be a nice little area, especially for not necessarily an ambush, but
I'm going to cut in and switch to Elvish. You say that they're coming to make a move outside Mount Fang. From my understanding, they wish to take Trolloc. Is that not their goal? Do they just wish to have a land for themselves?
well, here's the deal. And he's taking this all in Elvish. Because Blackrock is currently infiltrated, or a war is going on there, many of the resources that they necessarily can't provide are within the mountains of Mount Fang. Now, the smaller city outside of it is just for different townsfolk, but if the cause were to take control of this town, take control of these resources, they'd have a bargaining chip for a means for the trade route, and possibly would be more diplomatic solution to obtaining Trolloc versus more of a, well, we'll just say aggressive one.
This has been very helpful, Yenid. Thank you very much. And I'll scoot the rest of the 8 gold, or the 9 gold rather, towards him. And I'll
do that,
start to leave.
As you do that, he puts his hand on yours and goes, Sailorville, I sense there's much more that you want from your friend that you're currently looking for. I'll put the word out, but until then, keep your gold. And also, please let your friend know next time that if she would like to join, she is welcome.
Is this in
That
Elvish
is-
or is this in Common?
This is in common, so this is something that even can hear. He has blindside up to 120 feet.
What?
So yeah. So
I thought it was
he-
only up to 5 feet.
That's kind of that's really funny, but kind of bogus.
That was kind of dumb of us. I did respect the rule though by not coming in.
Mhm.
But that's the thing. So he then states that, obviously your friend was being very respectful and understanding, and he's not assuming that you were listening or not. He doesn't know. He's not implying anything. He's just saying that, look, your friend was waiting outside, obviously, for you. You're a nice patron. Keep your money. Your friend is welcome next time, as long as they're accompanied with you.
Much thanks, Yenid. And I'll take the rest of my gold, stand up, walk outside, and find Eva. Well, we struck out for finding Salazar.
Yeah, well, do you want to go back in and maybe grab one more drink? He said that I was allowed to come in. I heard that.
If you
After
want
all,
to
that's
come in and if you want to come in and polish one off very quickly, I didn't finish much of mine, so
I really would like that. I haven't been feeling the best, and I wasn't able to get much last night.
well, I'll come in. We'll come back in. say it was a short reunion, Yenid. Sit down, pay for some more drinks, and clasp a cup.
Yeah, Yenid comes over. Remember, this is morning, so elves are a little bit more proper. So drinking in the morning is not necessarily like something that's typically standard.
You know.
But
Do I look like I care?
Yenid does oblige. But he does offer you a very nice elvish tea. If you were to choose to do that.
I'll slide. Oh, so was the drink that he handed me before alcoholic, or was it like a tea?
No, it's a tea.
Okay, then I'll take my tea, buy a drink for my uncouth human friend, and place it in front of her. And
the tea actually has what appears to be like a very nice small red, almost like maple shaped leaf. It's very small, maybe like 2 inches in length, about 1 inch wide, that just sits like on top of a nice cup.
I'll just take a tea as well.
That's what he hands both of you.
Oh,
That's
he
what he
hands
hands
me.
both of you.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay.
This is an establishment that's not like, I don't take orders. You ask for a drink, I'm going to give you what's standard at this place.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
I'm going to give you a drink, and you're going to like it.
All right.
And that's why it's a well-known tavern, especially in Jatara, is that like everything that he presents his patrons and other folks that come into it is very well received, and everyone really likes it. So the tea actually tastes phenomenal, and it's almost kind of like, a hug when you're drinking this, and you guys feel kind of a sense of like warmth and just like calmness to it.
The one thing that Eva truly needs. A hug.
I'll take a sit down and say, well, you've had your life turned upside down in recent days, haven't you?
That's a smaller way of putting it. But yes, I really don't know what to do. I took so many orders and was so focused, and now I'm just kind of lost.
Well, I can't tell you that I'm really the best emotional guide to help you out.
Eva chuckles and is like, ha, I wouldn't have guessed.
If what you're looking for is emotional help, guidance, solidarity, Karst helped me out last night. You might have a good talk with him, but you said that you've spent so much time taking orders and you feel lost. I've spent most of my life balking under orders. I hate being told what to do, and for every time I was told turn right, most of my life I went left. But if what you need is an order, here's one that I can get behind. Find Salazar, kill the beady fuck, and then dance on his grave when we put him in.
Yeah, well, that's something that I can drink too. And I kind of hold up my glass for like a clink. Clink.
You guys are saying this in common, I'm assuming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Eva can only speak common and infernal. Yeah.
So, as you say this, the patron that's currently at the bar, at the tavern, stands up and kind of looks over and goes, you two, you guys said a name I've heard before. You said Salazar?
Yes, Salazar.
What's it to you?
Oh, geez, sorry, I was confrontational. Wasn't he in the Silver Falcons and, like, kind of an asshole?
More than that, yes.
Oh. What did he do?
He... What? Was he... I'm sorry, friend. Do you... Because I had the conversation with Yenid in common as well, didn't I?
You had it in Elvish,
Oh.
we'll say.
No, he's had I think he said the first part common, and then like the back half where he was talking about like where specifically the following.
Once he started talking about the cause, Saelathil did not want Eva to know anything about that, so he switched to common.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Elvish. Switched to Elvish.
Yeah, but everything before that was in common. That's what I.
But we'll say, yeah. He put a knife through the forearm of the king and tried to kill me, so I don't really like that.
Well, that's not something I like. Apologies. I'm Elurir Erebrin.
That is the most vowel name I have ever heard. Please tell me how to spell it.
Sorry, I'm Elvish. Elurir who?
Eabrin. Eabrin. So Elurir, Elurir, and then it's apologies.
Eabrin.
Erebrin. Earbrin. Erebrin.
I only missed 2 letters in that entire name. Fuck you, I am Elvish.
I am gonna say this right
I
now,
am an
Lawson.
elf.
How? What? Why? Why this name? Why?
He's an elf.
This is a terrible name.
My name's Thalithil Kathara. Fuck off.
That's more pronounceable. Like if I look at your name, I'm like, I could pronounce that. When I look at this one, I'm like, ah.
Ellerir Erebrin.
Okay, first of all, let's just make something clear here, Luke. Okay, just make something clear. Okay, this is a role-play fantasy Dungeons and Dragons game. Okay, there are names listed in some of these books I can't even pronounce. Okay,
So come up
So-
with better ones.
this is an elf name. All right,
Ugh,
and furthermore, I used an NPC generator to come up with a name. And that's the name it came up with. So I'm sticking to it.
Hey man, you want an MF named Kyle? Run your own game.
Listen, if you want me to just and also if you want me to just start naming some of these NPCs the most generic names ever, I am happy to do that. But it will get extremely confusing for the whole team. Okay, so what was that guy's name? Yeah, Kyle. No, Kyle was the blacksmith. Wait, no, but he was the king too. Wait, but wasn't he that elf that we encountered? Yeah, it was.
No, that was Chris.
Oh, no, that was Chris. Wait, but Chris I thought was the other blacksmith. We can
that was
totally do
Gerald.
that. That's what I need
Why
to do.
is-
I need to make a town that just has one name for
Dude,
everybody.
it's just Pokemon where every blacksmith is named Bob.
Love it.
And all he
Right,
says is Bob.
So, Ellerir, you were going to say something.
Yeah, and then I had to spell my name for your friend over here.
I like how he actually spelled it out loud.
Yes,
He's
yeah,
like writing it down so she doesn't forget.
yeah, interestingly enough, I actually, I did actually meet him once. During my time, I actually, well, during my travels, actually, I traveled actually to well, all over, but mainly I'm over by like Ovex, like over by that area, like a smaller town, outside that city, like probably more inland from like the Restless Mountains. And yeah, I mean, I did a lot of different work, but I do remember Salazar came through our town and just was hoping to ask us a bit of information in regards to like where he could find some more elvish type of towns and more populated of elves. And I expressed to him that he should probably look over by Viseria, as that is more of a dense heavily elf population. But he was really nice to me, and I then I had heard the rumors once he came over here yesterday that he's kind of a jerk. So I'm not exactly sure, but had talked to him a couple times, which is a little while ago, probably like a few months at least.
You said where did you say your town was?
Oh, it's a very small town. You wouldn't know it actually. It's probably only has about like maybe 20 or 30 people. We actually don't even really call it a name, but it's just a very small town inland from the Restless Mountains, in between the Wastelands and the Restless Mountains. Ovex is like a good starting point, so it's more probably like east if you continue following the coastline by the Lady of the Lake. That's where my town is. It's more inland of that area.
Interesting. Well, thank you for your information. Yenid,
Yes.
whenever he comes back, buy him a drink for me, will you? And I'll plop down a gold or two on the counter.
Appreciate that, Lethal, and sounds great.
Whenever did the guy leave?
No, but when I'm not paying him, but I'm paying for a drink.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So, and what are your two names?
My name is Sailthil Kathara.
Oh, Seathil. Interesting, huh? Seathil Kathara. And you are?
My name is Evangeline Vislati.
Oh, wonderful. Well, it's nice to meet you both. I certainly appreciated the time here. I don't want to intrude on your little gathering, but anyway, I will be on my way. And he just kind of goes back and sits back down in his chair and begins like kind of like writing different areas on his map.
I'll turn back in towards Eva and say, "Well, we know where he's been. Wanted to find elvish towns. Maybe he's paying my hometown a visit."
It could be a possibility. I mean, do you know if your town has ever worshipped any dragons in the past?
I'm going to ask the DM for any inkling, but my base assumption is no.
You don't even have to roll for that. No.
Yeah. No, we're much more content to be.
Actually,
among
roll a history
ourselves.
check for me. Roll a history check for me, and it's still a no, but there might be something else you might know.
17.
Yeah, I wouldn't be high enough for you to know that. So no.
No, we're very content to keep among ourselves. We don't like bowing to anybody, really.
All right. Well, the off chance that he would go to an elvish town, wouldn't know why he would want to go there. With the red dragon in his hand, he could be trying to take over other cities.
Well, it's a
Run with dragons. I know that the king said, and as I've read in texts before, the awakening usually starts with dragons fighting over towns that they already have legion with. So,
well then. Then I definitely want to find my way back to my hometown. I don't want them. As distasteful as the thought is, I don't want them falling to a dragon. Well, let's. I stand up kind of abruptly. Unless you really need to finish that, I think we should get going to the rest of the group.
she takes one. I take one more big sip, and then put it down. I say, "Well, I think that's for the best, but I will say that as much as hard as it will be, I think a lot of those towns will be to save. Given I don't could have protected this town that much. Those other towns will most likely be massacred. It's going to be completely different."
It's a great premonition to think about my hometown with. Thank you for that, Eva. And I clap her on the shoulders and like kind of start gesturing as an up and up, like time to start going.
And then she kind of like stutters. She's like, "Oh no, I didn't mean to. I just I'm sure your town will be fine since like you guys don't worship dragons. I mean, even though dragons could protect it better, but still,
Time to walk." And I kind of put on a slightly forced smile and start walking.
Okay.
As you begin to walk, just out of pure coincidence, Moore's just like on a horse and like has a huge, beautiful cart that has, very amazing kind of like a mesh type of like, I don't even know what to call it. Like, it's got the cart, it's got a horse on the front of it, and on the
Canopy?
actual like canopy that goes over it is like a very like heavy, almost type of material that's almost waterproof, and flies in, looks at you guys and says, "Hey, hop on, let's get going."
All right.
Sounds good to me. I kind of jump in the back.
Climb into the Vash, and I kind of like trip over. I kind of trip over Vash a little bit. Oh, I keep forgetting you're with us. Let's.
Yeah, Vash is in the cart. There's like different supplies. There's probably like at least like a week's worth of rations and a couple barrels, for everyone at least. There's some good supplies. There's some, tinkering tools from that Vash has packed.
Did she buy alcohol?
I'm sure she did. It might be in one of the barrels, but you don't know. You don't open it. She continues on, actually in the same direction towards where Karst and Aura are.
Do we
So
see
Karst.
Oh, hey Aura.
Not yet.
Do you actually know how to levitate or what it means?
Well, I know the boots. They got little. Yeah, I think you click. I don't know. You go in the air, right?
I got to attune to them.
Well, anyway, the basic function of the spell is to go floating up and down, and then using the surroundings to push yourself off.
And so like
things.
flying, kind of.
Yeah, actually.
Interesting. Okay. Have you done that? Have you done it before?
I cast levitate on myself.
Holy.
Yes, yes, I can.
That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I figure out how to use these things, we're gonna have to do that together sometime.
Yeah, we can push off each other to go places.
We can go anywhere we want. No one's gonna stop us.
Yep. Or we don't just have to float around loosely in air and wait for the wind to carry us.
That's gonna come in handy. I can feel it. It's gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Clouds
as
is
you guys are
floating like
continuing,
a cloud. That's hilarious.
as you're continuing conversation, your aura's floating, and you do see headed to your way is actually Morge, and accompanied in the back of the cart is your other 3 comrades.
Oh, they're on their way.
Yeah, that's all right. Huh?
Speaking of floating around, could you push me? I can't. I'm not dropping this yet.
Oh, sure thing. How far up are you, by the way?
I just float back down, so I'm just like hovering above the ground right now.
Okay, yeah, sure thing. I'll give her a nice little thrust toward the cart.
Oh, she starts like rolling in the air.
Flipping. Morge literally just catches you and just pulls you down into the cart.
Like a balloon.
Yup.
She invites Karst into the cart as well. Turns to everyone and says, "Hey, I found something out, and I have a lead on Salazar."
Well,
And that's where we're ending for tonight.
All right.
Sounds fun.
Cool.
Whew. So we have 3 different things about Salazar.
Yep.
A lot of information that's important for sure.
And we looked the most and found out the least.
I know. I was so like, as I was walking, I was like, "Oh, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna find it out?" And then I was like, "Oh, you hear the word Salazar?" I'm like, "Well, that's great. I'm gonna find out nothing because all the information was over in the alleyway over there."
The red
Again,
or Blackrock.
It's an open world. You guys make your own decisions. There's a lot of things that can happen based off of where you want to go, who you want to interact with. That's what you find out. Not my fault.
Nice to know that I am a honorary elf, though.
I wouldn't say that.
Was the guy sitting in? He was a forest elf, wasn't he? Yeah. You said
Yes, he was.
You said like spiky blonde hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's interesting on a forest elf.
Yeah, it's not long hair. It's like spiked up as in like it was more like intentionally spiked, like very like fluid and set.
When you said spiked hair, I was thinking like emo, like punk rock, like
Yeah, no, not like that.
I bet that he wanted to be different, so he wanted to express himself and decided to look different, and then got his hair dyed.
I don't know, man. There's not much establishment to be rebelling against in a city of 20, 30 people.
Are you telling me that they didn't have bleach back in medieval times?
Wow, that's insane. I think I'm telling you that.
How dare.
They have magic, though.
Yeah, just use magic bleach.
He could be permanently magic, like he could be permanently minor illusioning himself to have
Or
blonde hair.
prestidigitation. I think you can do that with prestidigitation, actually.
I don't know if you can change the color of your hair with prestidigitation. I think that's
Well, I know you can change the. I think you can do like change the color of something though.
Prestidigitation.
All right. So, you know, there's a
never
lot
mind.
of
No, you can't.
information
Never
there's a lot of information that was found out. A lot of good, interesting information. So, you do have a lead on Salazar, thanks to Morsh.
We don't know what it
and
is yet, since Lawson
you'll-
doesn't like us, doesn't want to tell us until next week.
Well, I'm gonna let Maya tell you guys.
Oh, fine.
I'm not gonna play as her character. I only minorly did it.
I'm gonna tell her
Anyway.
that you played her character and that she died.
Yeah, that'd be the worst thing ever. But for those of you that have been watching, thank you for tuning in to Dice Droppers, and we will see you next week on Monday.
Yeah, we're switching to Mondays now because of some.
Just
jerk.
due to scheduling conflicts. So, sorry, scheduling conflict.
Yeah, scheduling conflict.
All right, guys, I get it. It's me. I'm the conflict. Okay.
Yeah, not a big deal. All right. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Thanks for dropping by.
Is that the sign off?
I don't know.
Is the sign off?